Right, Jane. So we've got two chords to do to start off. Don't know what's going on there. Anyway, we've got two chords to start off with, a little bit of strumming and a couple of other little tricks and whatnot as well. So let's get into it. So we've got E minor first. That's the first chord we're going to do. So we got first finger on the first, second, third, fourth, fifth string. Okay, so it starts down here, right? And remember, from this string down, the string names are E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, Eddie, A, Dynamite, Goodbye, Eddie. Okay, E, A, D, G, B, E. All right. So, and remember that the reason they're called that is because that's the note that you get when you hit them open without holding them down. All right. So E minor, we got first finger, second fret on the A string or the fifth string. Okay. So we're gonna now normally we want to get the finger as close to the fret as we can get it, right? But we have to move it back a little bit to make room for the middle finger. And so what's important here, right, is that I'm not bending my fingers like this, right? Kind of bending them in the way. I'm gonna have them curved outwards like that. So you see there? Like that. So standing right up on the very tip of your finger. And we're gonna hit it one string at a time just to make sure we're getting everything out, okay? So okay, so there's E minor. Now you're gonna get a lot of that stuff, okay? So the thing to make sure you've got is very tip of your finger curved around as close to the fret without going on the fret as you can get your fingers, okay? And get your thumb behind here and a good tight squeeze, okay? You got to hold that squeeze, and it hurts at first, but remember I was saying it doesn't after a while, okay? Because you get those calluses on the tips of your fingers. Okay, so we got E minor. Then the second chord we're going to do is G, all right? Now remember, it's not that difficult to play a chord, right? What's difficult is changing from one chord to the next quickly, okay? So we're going to go from E minor, slide that first finger up, because now the middle finger's out of the way, so we can get this all the way up. Second finger, third fret on the sixth string, and then third finger. It's going to come down here. Now, sometimes it might be a good idea to actually bend your finger in the way like this, just so you can get that down. So that's all right if you have to do that here. Generally, you don't do that, but here kind of makes sense. Okay, so G. So what I want you practicing is this: E minor, G, E minor, G, going back and forward on them like that, okay? So the change looks like this. First finger, you get the middle finger out of the way, first finger slides up, middle finger goes onto the third fret of the sixth string, and then third finger in here. Third fret on the first string. Then going back down, you just do the opposite. Slide that first finger back, only as much as you need to get the second finger in there right behind the second fret. Get rid of the third finger. And now, strumming. So the main thing about strumming is that you're moving your hand down, up, down, up, down, up the whole time without changing anything. So if you want to just do this, that's perfectly fine, because that opens you up for all the other strumming patterns, the more interesting stuff. We need to get this regular movement going. So no stopping, no speeding up here, slowing down there. You just keep that hand going. And the way you make it more interesting is you just skip some of them, right? You move your hand over the strings without hitting them. So just like that, right? So we go down and then skip the up. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So the numbers are the ones we're going down on, and then the ups are the ands, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So maybe let's say we do 2 of those on each chord, right? So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4 G. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can hit or miss any of those that you like. You don't have to stick to the pattern, okay? Now, a couple of other little things that we did as well. Pull-offs, okay? So these aren't that important. Now, the most of the things I want you to do is the chords, okay? That's the most important thing. But just for a little crack, we can go hit the string, and then instead of letting go and hitting it again, all we got to do is drag your finger off the string. So these are all little things you can do. You can grab it and wobble it if you want. You can do hammer-ons as well, so that's the second technique. See that? So just hit any note, and then smack your finger down onto the same string on some different fret. Then you can do hammer on and a pull off, one after the other. So hammer, pull off. So no right hand here. Okay, and then the other one is a slide, okay? So the trick to a slide is hit the string and keep the pressure down. You got to keep squeezing as you're moving up. If you don't keep squeezing, that happens. The note just dies, right? So you got to keep the pressure on. And there's a slide. Okay, so all of that stuff, keep it up, pick it up every day, all right? And so the main thing, as I said, I want you to be doing is changing from E minor to G back and forward. And if the odd little one isn't coming out, like you're getting a bit of that, but it mostly sounds okay like that, that's all good. That'll fix itself over time. Just keep changing those chords, one after the other after the other. Okay, so we just need to do a couple of chords, all right, and then we'll get into the songs. All right, see you next time.